Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. Y Talks. Today, I want to tell you about something that happened to me personally. What did I see after I awakened? After I truly awakened? Let's dive in. In the early stages of human civilization, people possessed the ability to see multidimensional worlds and multiple universes. They could not only see the physical reality, but also gain insight into their past lives and future destinies. However, as civilization progressed, this powerful perception gradually diminished, becoming dormant within the human body as a latent potential. For centuries, countless seekers have longed to reawaken this ability, to enter a state of awakening, to witness the multidimensional universe, and to rediscover their true selves. After years of practice and inner realization, I finally discovered an effective way to activate this potential. When I entered the awakened state, I was able to see my true self, as well as the vast and mysterious multiverse. First awakening. I saw a king from the highest realm of the universe. The moment of my initial awakening was overwhelming. I saw a king from the highest realm of the universe. His form was unimaginably massive, like a mountain. His features were noble and well-defined, radiating a fatherly kindness. His lips were slightly parted, and his expression was both regal and serene. What struck me with awe was that the king did not appear alone. Beside him stood his mount, a powerful lion. The lion was strong and majestic, slowly revolving before me like a living exhibition, displaying its mysterious power in a full 360-degree view. It's all so real. In my second awakening, I witnessed over 100 of my past lives. It appeared as a vast scroll made up of countless images, unfolding frame by frame before my eyes like a slideshow. In each lifetime, I was male, ranging from ancient times to more recent history, always in the prime of life, dressed differently, with varying expressions and temperaments. The images moved swiftly, and I could only clearly recognize two of my past selves. One was the legendary Buddhist monk from over 1,500 years ago. He stood sideways, carefree and unrestrained, with a cloth sack slung over his shoulder and a relaxed smile on his face. The other, and the clearest image of all, was of Fang Xuanling, a renowned statesman from the early Tang dynasty. He wore an official's hat, exuding an air of scholarly grace and upright dignity. Among more than 20 of my past incarnations, many bore a strong resemblance to Fang Xuanling. Was it fate? The path of spiritual cultivation? I do not know. I only felt that reincarnation is like a heavy sutra, each page now slowly turning before me. Crossing into a parallel universe, living a life of quiet happiness. I once saw another version of myself in a parallel universe. In the vision, I was walking along a stone path in the woods, pushing a single-wheeled cart with a woman beside me. She wore a red long tunic and pants and looked exactly like my wife, though slightly taller. I was dressed in a dark, simple robe, modest, yet clean. It was clear that we were not wealthy, but our life appeared peaceful and stable. We were pushing a cart filled with simple goods, likely heading to trade them. We walked side by side, chatting and laughing, surrounded by a sense of happiness and serenity. During one of my awakened states, I saw life forms from the seventh universe. They were similar to us, yet distinctly different. I witnessed a man and a woman from this universe living under the same roof as my family, but in a different dimensional layer, within a parallel universe. We did not interfere with each other's existence. I watched as they walked from our garage to the laundry room, then out into the garden. At the same time, my wife was in the laundry room, folding clothes, completely unaware of their presence. They occupied a parallel space, never making true contact with our reality. Yet in my awakened vision, they existed simultaneously and vividly. What was even more astonishing was an encounter with a man from the seventh universe who stood at the window of our master bedroom. Facing me, he suddenly began to grow taller, until he nearly touched the 3.2-meter high ceiling, then stopped. It felt as though he could see me and was deliberately demonstrating his unique ability. After awakening, I journeyed through different universes. In one universe, I saw spaceships filling the vast sky, varying greatly in size. Some were as large as a city, while others were as small as our light aircraft. The technology there had already surpassed our current understanding. I also witnessed a political assembly in another universe. It was held in a large stadium with hundreds of thousands of people seated in the stands. Their appearance and clothing were similar to ours. At the center of the stadium was a large stage on which sat many legislators, probably 400 to 500 of them. In the middle of the stage, the head of state was delivering a speech with 4 distinguished individuals seated beside them. When the speech concluded, the head of state offered a toast to these 4 esteemed figures, and then continued to toast the legislators and the people in the stands. I could understand their language. It was words of gratitude and blessings. It was a celebratory gathering. In yet another universe, I saw a nobleman living in a stone villa by the sea, leading a simple and leisurely life, though he often received visits from politicians of all kinds. His attire resembled that of European aristocrats from the 18th century. The mode of existence of life forms in high-dimensional universes. In high-dimensional universes, the life forms there can fly freely like superheroes. Their flying speed is incredibly fast. When landing, they slow down gradually, stand upright, touch the ground, with movements that are graceful and natural. I couldn't help but feel envious. In another high-dimensional universe, there was another version of me. There, my master possessed extraordinary martial skills. I saw myself facing my master in a duel. We stood face to face, battling with our minds alone. No words, no physical movements were needed. With just a single mental strike of my fist, a large wound appeared on the left side of my master's face, yet he did not retaliate. The female attendant beside him demanded compensation from my attendant. Upon entering the highest realm of the universe once more, I saw the king of another kingdom. He was seated on a broad throne. The throne rested atop a tall platform surrounded by tiered steps. The king's expression was gentle and benevolent, and beside his knees stood 2 young girls. They had golden hair and blue eyes that shone like jewels with an astonishing brilliance, pure, sacred, and inviolable. In that moment, it was as if someone spoke directly into my mind, telling me that these 2 girls were not the king's daughters, but were being raised by him on behalf of a noble. The 2 girls looked at me with profound gazes, as though a blue light was shining into my eyes. In that instant, I understood deeply that I was nothing but a speck of dust in the vast universe. Yet I also felt a calling, a sense of mission. Awakening was not the end, but the beginning. After awakening, what I saw was not just a bigger world, but the interweaving of countless universes and the cycles of life. I saw past lives. I saw the future, I saw versions of myself and other life forms in parallel universes. I saw higher dimensional beings. I saw the throne of the king and the light in the children's eyes. All of these are real.